everyone, welcome to today's webinar. So the purpose of today's webinar is to provide you as prospective students with an insight into the admissions process and how you can take the next steps in applying to our MSc in Financial Management here at the University of Manchester starting in September 2021. So this session is going to be an informative one. And what I mean by that is there's going to be a lot of information coming your way. Therefore, we're going to be recording today's session so that you can listen back in your own time. So we'd also like this session to be interactive. So if you have any questions, if you're listening live with us today, please do submit them into the chat function at the bottom of your screen. So myself and Emma Watson, our admissions officer, can answer them towards the end. So before we go through the presentation today, I just wanted to kind of introduce myself. So some of you may have heard from me before, but my name is Daisy James and I am one of the course advisors here at the University of Manchester. So I'm based in Manchester in the UK. I have over 4 years of experience within the student recruitment space. And I've previously worked for several different financial services down in London before moving to Manchester in 2020, right before a lockdown happened. So I've not yet experienced Manchester to its full potential, but I'm very much looking forward to doing that when I get the chance. So my main role here at the University of Manchester is I manage the student recruitment and support for the MSc in Financial Management, but I also look after several other different online blended learning courses as well. My main responsibility is for delivering webinars such as this one to inform you about different courses here at the university, but also my kind of main role and something that I really enjoy doing is conducting individual consultations with prospective students. Now I can see in our attendee list that I have done those Zoom consultations with a few of you already. So the aim of those is to kind of really understand your background and support you and guide you through the application process so that you feel really informed about taking the next steps and hopefully joining us in September. I'm going to hand you over to Emma. Emma Watson is our admissions officer in the business school. So she's just going to give you a bit of an insight into her role. So over to you, Emma.
Thanks, Daisy. Hi everybody, I'm Emma Watson. No, not that Emma Watson. I've worked at the business school in admissions for 9 years now. I primarily work in the MBA and Global Programs admissions team. So I work on two main programs, obviously the MSc in Financial Management and also the full-time MBA program. And I basically look after you through the whole process from when you first get that application submitted, comes through to me. I make sure that we've got everything we need from you and follow up with anything that we need to excuse me, sorry, and then hopefully get that pushed through for you, get you a decision on your application, and hopefully at the end of it be able to tell you that we're going to be able to offer you a place on the programme. And I look after you then right the way through up until you start the course. So any questions, admissions related, I am your person.
Brilliant, thank you, Emma. And apologies if you can hear any background noise. I think there's someone delivering a parcel for my house. So apologies, everyone. The joys of working from home. So thanks, Emma. So there are several things to consider when you are looking at taking the next step in your academic career. So one of those being the institution itself. So the institution who will be delivering the course or your chosen course. So a question you may be asking yourself at this point is, why the Alliance Manchester Business School? So there are several things I want to cover here. So the Alliance Manchester Business School is part of the University of Manchester. So it was established in 1965 as one of the first two business schools. So it's been around for a pretty long time and it has remained a top ranking business school since it was founded. So what studying with us and studying on our MSc in Financial Management is going to do is it's going to provide you with the confidence and expertise to really perform at the top of your game and reach your career goals. What I mean by that is we believe here at the university that we produce graduates who think that little bit differently. So we're going to provide you with the knowledge and ability to really excel in today's quite competitive business environment. So as I mentioned before, we are part of the University of Manchester, which is world leading and highly ranked. So we are ranked 5th in the UK, 8th in Europe, and 27th in the world. And we really pride ourselves on those statistics. Now, we also were ranked in 2019 as the #1 most targeted UK university by leading graduate employers. So what that means is, by gaining a qualification from us, you're going to be that little bit more attractive to employers when you're applying for your next position. So as you can see, the final bullet point on your screen, we have a global network of over 60,000 alumni in over 176 different countries. So upon graduating, you're going to be part of a really diverse and intelligent network of individuals across the globe. So it also means that you're going to be connected to the University of Manchester and the Alliance Manchester Business School after graduating. And we believe it's going to provide you with the support system to kind of really benefit from, and you never know what doors that may open. So on to the next slide. Obviously, the most important thing to consider is the course itself. So studying a master's is a huge investment, not just in your time, but also financially. So you want to be absolutely sure that you're making the right decision. Now, I just want to kind of highlight here that all of the students I speak to who are perhaps considering this degree programme come from various different parts of the world, and they have varying different backgrounds and academic and professional qualities. So what I would want to encourage you to do at this point and after today's session is to get in touch with me and book in a Zoom consultation so we can really delve into your motivations and your goals in more detail. So I'm kind of best placed to advise you as to what to do next. Now, I'm going to kind of cover this slide on your screen now. So you might be thinking, well, is this course the right next step for me? So if you're looking to step into a mid-level management role in the future, or perhaps you're seeking a change of career into the financial services sector, then we would say this is the right course for you. If you're looking to further develop and enhance your knowledge on finance, accounting, financial markets, strategy, or you're looking for career progression in your current role, then again, we would suggest this course is going to be the right fit for you. Now, this course has been designed to provide you with the skills and confidence that you need to pursue a successful career in finance. Now, I've put a little quote from our course director, Amadeo, at the bottom of your screens. I'm just going to read it out to you. So Amadeo says that the MSc in Financial Management aims to offer the notions and skills that today's managers require, and it provides a starting point for a successful career in finance. Now, before I hand you over to Emma, I want to briefly talk through our current cohort of students. So in September 2020, we welcomed 2 cohorts on the Financial Management MSc, so here in Manchester and in Shanghai. Now, I wanted to just kind of touch on a couple of things just to show you how diverse our students are. So we currently have 59 students based here in Manchester and Shanghai, and our students range from 20 years old right up until 70 years old, and they've studied various different undergraduate degrees as well. So we've got people from accounting and finance background, a law background, we've got an English background who studied English for an undergraduate degree, and we've got chemical engineering as well in there. So to name a few, you can just see how diverse this kind of course is attracting students. Now, our students as well also vary in terms of years of work experience. So for example, we've got relatively fresh, well, what we like to call fresh graduates, so more or less straight out of university, having kind of 0 to 1 year of work experience, ranging up to 30 years of work experience as well. So as you can tell, our student body is very diverse, and should you choose to join us in September 2021, you're going to be part of something just as great. So you're going to be able to learn from each other, you're going to learn from different perspectives, and you never know, again, what doors that may open up for you in the future. So Emma, I'm going to hand it over to you now just to talk through our entry requirements, if that's okay.
Absolutely, thank you. So first and foremost, it is an academically demanding programme. So we do need to have the security to know that you can cope with the programme. So we do ask for either a first or a 2-1 bachelor's honours degree or international equivalent. Now, don't worry if you sat there thinking, oh, I don't have a first or a 2-1. There are ways you can compensate for this. So, for example, if you achieved a 2-2 in your degree, again, or an international equivalent, but you've got work experience at a minimum of 1 year, and you can demonstrate how your relevant professional experience, we can still consider you for the course. We don't specify what degree background you need. So as Daisy has said, we've got such a diverse cohort, and we're already seeing this year similar diverse backgrounds, both academically and professionally. So if you think you meet the requirements, if you're not quite sure, reach out to us and we can talk it through with you and check that for you. Now, the course is taught in English, so we also have to check that you will be able to cope with that as well, if English is not your first language. Now, the most common English language tests that we take would be an IELTS, TOEFL, PT Academic, or the Cambridge CPE or CAE. So as you can see the minimum scores on the screen there, a lot of these tests have a expiry date that 2 years after they're taken. So that's something that we'll check for you. But these aren't the only things that we can consider in terms of showing English language competency. So there are other English qualifications that are acceptable. If you have an English qualification and want to check if we will accept it, again, just contact us. We're more than happy to walk it through with you. And we can also have a look at whether your degree was taught in English primarily, or if you work in an international company, you use English as a business language day to day. If we can have some proof of that, then we can also consider you through that route as well. So we do obviously have quite strict entry requirements. However, we're aware that our applicants are so different and they gain knowledge from all different parts of their life. So we're looking for somebody that's well-rounded, and just get in touch with us. Daisy's amazing at at talking people through the programme and checking suitability. So the first thing to do is just speak to us.
Great, thank you, Emma, and thank you for that compliment. That was lovely. And just to kind of reiterate, Emma and I work very, very closely. So if there's things that I'm not sure of and I need to kind of get her advice on your profile, then we will talk to each other and kind of come up with the best advice for you. But like Emma said, get in touch with us. We are kind of your main support in the early stages. So we are more than happy to kind of support you and get that process rolling and things. So thanks, Emma. So now I want to talk you through the fees and discounts that we've currently got in place. So like I said before, studying an MSc is a huge commitment, both in your time, but also in terms of your finances as well. So the cost of the programme, and this is kind of for all of our centres, international centres, and I'll talk you through those in a little bit more detail a little bit later on, but the cost of the programme is £19,500. Now, this is payable in 4 instalments and they can be made before the start of each semester. Now, the figures that you can see on your screen, it's really important to note here that none of the discounts that we've got in place that you may be eligible for are factored into this. So these will slightly differ if you are eligible for a discount. Now, that brings me nicely onto the early application discount deadline that we've got in place. So if you apply before Monday, the 22nd of February, 2021, you're going to be eligible for a 12.5 tuition fee discount. So that's worth £2,437 UK pounds and 50 pence. So you'll need to submit a completed application on or before this deadline in order for you to be eligible for that discount. Now, if that's not an incentive to apply early, then I don't know what is. So get in touch before that kind of deadline in the next couple of days or in a few weeks, and we can walk you through the process and what is required as well. Now, I touched on international centres just briefly, but we have been so successful in launching this programme in Manchester and Shanghai in September 2020. We saw a demand for this course in our other global centres, which is really exciting, and it's proving to be a really successful and exciting time for us at this point. So we are launching in Dubai, Hong Kong and Singapore in September 2021. So we're going to have a load more students from various different backgrounds again, and various different parts of the world. So if you are kind of based close to these regions, you would automatically be considered for these centres. Now, tuition fees stay the same, £19,500 UK. But if you're applying to one of our new centres, you're automatically going to be eligible for a 15% discount on the tuition fees. So again, we have myself based in Manchester, and we have similar people, great people based in our centres who can walk you through the process and kind of discuss your eligibility in more detail. Now, if you would like to speak to someone like me, but who may be based in Dubai, for example, let me know and I can put you in contact with the right person. Now, the process for applying remains the same, but again, if you want to speak to the recruitment team in each of these locations, let me know and I'll be happy to kind of direct you to that person. So again, Emma, over to you to kind of walk our prospective students through the application process.
Thank you. So the first thing to consider obviously is the application form itself, which is through our website. And we've also got various supporting documents that you need to submit, preferably at the same time. So we do have a supporting statement that we'd like you to complete, maximum of 500 words, so it does need to be quite succinct. And really it's just about you. So what made you want to do this course? Where do you want it to take you? What do you hope to get out of the programme? And that will help us to really look at your application as a whole, and decide whether obviously you're a suitable person for the programme, but also whether we can get you to how we can get you to where you want to be. A detailed CV, so we don't need a 7-page CV, don't worry. A page or two of your CV with all of your relevant experience on there. And do let us know what your roles and responsibilities are if you're currently working. Again, it does help us in assessing your application. As I mentioned before, we do ask for a degree as part of your application. So we do need your degree certificates and transcripts. If they're not already in English, then we do need official translations. So any certified translating service is absolutely fine. Again, if you have an English language test, then we need the certificate of results for those. If you're not sure what test you need to take, again, get in touch with us and we can talk you through your options on that. And we also like to ask for references. Now, if you don't have the work experience yet, these can be academic. However, if you are working, if you've got work experience, we would like to make sure that at least one of your references is work related. So this can be from your current company, a previous company, ideally from your line manager, but can be from your colleague as well. And references can be in the form of either a pre-written statement from your referee, or we do have a reference form that you can complete that sometimes just makes it a little bit easier for your referee to know what details it is we want to get from them. So that's available online, but if you're struggling, contact us and we can get a copy sent out to you. If you haven't spoken to your referees yet about providing references, put their details on your application form. We can contact them directly. If you haven't, got it pre-written, just let us know when you apply whether you've requested your references already or not, and if not, we can do that for you if we have their contact email addresses, preferably work email addresses, please, rather than a Gmail or a Yahoo or anything like that. Okay.
Great, thanks, Emma. So anything that you're unsure of for our listeners today, just get in touch, like Emma said. If you kind of want us to look over anything, or you want to kind of submit your CV to myself so I can kind of understand a little bit about your background a little bit more, then I'm more than happy to look over that and can advise you on next steps. So I want to just touch on the scholarships that we have available to students. Now, please note, these scholarships that you see on your screen are only available to students who are applying to our Manchester Centre or Shanghai Centre. Now, we've got 2 kind of different scholarships available, but we've got 8 scholarships in total. So we have a Women in Finance scholarship available, and that is worth £5,850 each. Now, to be eligible for this particular scholarship, you need to identify as female and be currently working in a financial role. Now, the other scholarship we have available as well is the Young Professional Scholarship. So we have 4 of these available, just like the Women in Finance scholarship, but these are worth £7,800 each. Now, to be eligible for this particular scholarship, you'll need to have recently graduated and hold between 1 to 3 years of work experience within a professional services organisation. Now, Emma, is there anything you'd like to add on kind of the application process for this at this point?
Yeah, thank you. So as the application for this, we'd like to ask you to come submit a presentation. Now, this doesn't have to be a presentation that you're going to deliver to us in person. So this is something that needs to be, we need to be able to read it and understand everything that you're wanting to get across without any additional voiceovers or anything like that. We do say a maximum of 6 pages, 6 slides. You can use whatever content you like on this. It can be diagrams, photographs, illustrations, anything that you like to get your point across. We don't expect you to be a technological whiz at PowerPoint or anything like that. So if you think, oh, I don't know how to do the fancy graphics, that's okay. You don't need to. And really, what we want to know from this presentation is why you're the best people for us to be considering to give these scholarships. So, for example, the Women in Finance scholarship. We know finance can be a tough world when you're a female working there. So you could talk about your personal experiences within the financial sector. You could talk about what challenges you've faced, what solutions you might have to try and make the process easier for women in the future. Anything that's sort of on that sort of topic that you feel passionate about, that you want to let us know about, that's what we want to hear from you on. And with the young professionals, really, again, it's just letting us know about you, how you want to progress in your career, and how you can do that better with our degree, and really what you can offer the programme as well, because we always say that on all courses, you learn so much from your professors, your academics teaching the programme, but you also learn from the people that you're with. So we'd like to know how you can contribute to your cohort as well. So it's a deliberately vague subject area. We don't like to give too much guidance on it because we want to know what you want to tell us, and that's part of the task. And then just to follow on from that as well, in that if you have previously studied at the University of Manchester in any of its forms, so previously we had UMIST and the Victoria University of Manchester as well, you will get a 15% discount on your fees, which is worth £2,925. One point just to make sure you're aware of though is that we do have a 1 discount only policy. So if you're, for example, eligible for an early application discount or the alumni discount, and then you apply for a scholarship and are successful, you would just get whichever is the higher amount. So unfortunately, we can't give you both.
Thanks, Emma. That's brilliant. And thanks for clarifying that. That's a question I get asked quite a lot. So that's the end of today's session. Now, I want to just say thanks for Emma for joining me today. And I hope all of our listeners have enjoyed kind of hearing about the application process and how it works. Now, just to reiterate my kind of role, You can discuss your options and kind of your eligibility and motivations with me in more detail by emailing my email address on your screen, or give me a bit of a ring. We can have a chat. Now, we can also set up a Zoom consultation, and that can range from 5-10 minutes right through to an hour. Whatever time that you need to spend with me, I'm happy to support you. Now, we've had a question come through about kind of what would we categorise as a professional services organisation. Now, what I'm going to say to this attendee who's asked this question is, if you send through kind of your CV to me, I can review kind of your background and where you're currently working and advise you as to whether or not that young professional scholarship would be kind of suitable for you and your background. So I hope that's clear. Just if you're unsure on anything and kind of unsure on your background, and if you're eligible for the programme itself or the scholarships we have available, just get in touch. Now, I appreciate everyone's an individual with various different backgrounds. So that's what I love about this role. I get to know really different people, really intelligent people as well. So get in touch, share your CV with me, and I can kind of advise on that as well. Now, I don't think we've had any other questions. So just want to say again, thank you to those who have joined. And yeah, I will kind of get in touch with you. I'll send the recording round to you, and hopefully you can join us at one of our centres in September 2021. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye now.